For reasons we can't explain, we are losing her.
She's dying.
We don't know why. She has lost the will to live.
Wait, what if this didn't happen? Imagine a galaxy where love prevails over darkness. What if Padme Amidala, the heart of Anakin Skywalker, did not succumb to despair? Would Padme be able to bring Darth Vader back to the light? Or would Palpatine be able to manipulate his apprentice to drag him deeper and deeper into the dark? What if the hope that Padme embodies was powerful enough to ignite a rebellion and save her children? What if Padme Amidala didn't die of sadness in Revenge of the Sith? Our story begins where it always does, in the lava pits of Mustafar, as this great duel rages on. Master versus apprentice, the fate of the galaxy on the line. And in this reality, Anakin still loses.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
Obi-Wan still wins, leaving his apprentice to die on the banks of the lava river, not knowing that he will survive all of this. After this battle has ended and the war is lost, Padme gives birth to Luke and Leia. But in this reality, she doesn't die of sadness. Her hope perseveres and she lives, knowing in her heart that Anakin does too. Even though Obi-Wan assures her that her husband has fallen, she does not believe it to be true. And on Mustafar, Padme is confirmed to be right, as we see Palpatine arrive and save Vader, or what's left of him, just like before, putting him in the suit. And in this reality, Palpatine still tells Vader the same story.
Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right?
It seems in your anger, you killed her.
However, now this is a lie, and Palpatine must keep Vader as far away from Padme as possible until he can deal with her himself. Back with our heroes, a similar conversation happens between Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Bail Organa about splitting up the children to protect them, as they are the final hope. At some point, they will grow up and hopefully become a fraction of how powerful their father is, or was. And with training from Obi-Wan and Yoda years later, they will likely be able to overthrow this galactic empire. But this time, Padme is also there. She's recovering from childbirth, and she agrees that her children should be taken away, because she knows they will be in trouble if they are anywhere close to her. Luke gets sent to Tatooine to live with family, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, where Obi-Wan will watch over him, while Leia gets sent off to Alderaan to become a princess, as Bail and his wife always wanted a daughter. And now, finally convinced by Obi-Wan that Anakin is truly dead, Padme goes into hiding herself, laying low on Naboo for a while, far away from the Empire's radar, but still determined to fight back against the tyranny that took her husband away from her.
A few years later.
Padme, still hiding from the Empire, works alongside Bail Organa and Mon Mothma, forming what will one day become the Rebel Alliance. Using her political experience from the Clone Wars, she helps unite star systems under the cause of freedom.
We cannot let the Empire rule unchecked. We must organize, fight back, and restore the Republic,
she says to Bail Organa and Mon Mothma. Though the galaxy believes her to be dead, Padme uses her position in secret to fund the rebellion, slowly building a force strong enough to challenge the evil Empire. During this time, Padme is also helping Jedi who survived Order 66 escape the Inquisitors and Vader, who have now become household names across the galaxy. Meanwhile, Vader, fully immersed in the dark side, begins to feel an unsettling presence in the Force. It is as if Padme, the woman that he loved, is not truly gone.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Vader is haunted by these memories, pulling him towards that light that he thought that he had abandoned forever. The bond between him and Padme through the Force still lingers. He stands alone in his room, pacing back and forth, wrestling with the echoes of his past decisions.
I have forsaken everything. Anakin's gone. I am what remains.
We then see Padme on her way to Tatooine, as she has grown more and more convinced that Anakin is not truly gone. She arrives at the desert planet and visits Obi-Wan, and also checks in on her son, Luke, who is now almost 4 years old. Obi-Wan assures her that Anakin is gone and explains to her exactly what happened.
Did you see him die?
He burned alive, Padme. There's no coming back from that.
Did you see him die, Obi-Wan?
Padme presses him.
No.
Obi-Wan hangs his head, as when he left Anakin, he was still alive. Is it possible that he could have survived? Now more convinced than ever that her husband is alive, Padme goes to visit the only other person in the galaxy that could feel Anakin's presence, an old friend.
You must not let these distractions weaken you, Lord Vader. Padme is dead. Your allegiance is to me.
Palpatine, ever watchful, feels the disturbance in his apprentice, but he tightens his grip, assuring Vader remains loyal to the dark side. Yet the more Palpatine speaks, the more Vader's conflict intensifies. His master, although he's given him everything, has also tortured him so much in their training. Even the thought of Palpatine lying about Padme dying enrages Vader to no end. The Sith Lord gazes out the viewport of the Star Destroyer, staring at the vastness of space, filled with the memories of love and hope spent with Padme. But the rage and anger grows stronger, knowing after all these years she is most likely not still alive. Vader sensing his wife's presence in the Force is concerning to Palpatine, but he has more important issues to attend to. There's a growing rebellion in the galaxy, and many members in the Senate are trying to oppose the Empire. To make matters worse, there are still Jedi who survived Order 66 running around the galaxy.
Leave this alone, Lord Vader. We have more important things to get to.
Palpatine slighting the importance of Padme to Vader as he tells him to go inform the Inquisitors that he has a new mission for them. There are a few leads across the galaxy for Jedi who survived Order 66. We cut back to Padme, who has just arrived on the planet Thebeska. She is there to visit her old friend. When she arrives at this little village, her friend is not there. She is out moving hay, they tell her. So Padme sits and waits. However, in the distance, she's being watched. An Inquisitor, the sixth brother, is watching her from afar. Noticing what stands in front of him is not a Jedi who survived Order 66, but an old senator from Naboo that he knows has supposed to have been dead for years. As he calls in his findings to the Grand Inquisitor, he goes into the village to finish what he started, finding this rogue Jedi. When confronted by an Inquisitor, Padme stands up for the village people.
You're not welcome here.
The Inquisitor ignites his lightsaber, and just as he's about to kill Padme Amidala, for good this time, Ahsoka Tano arrives, Padme's old friend. The fight between Ahsoka and this sixth brother is a quick one, Ahsoka stealing his lightsaber and slicing his head off. Happy to see her old friend, she gives Padme a hug, but she can sense in the Force that there's something wrong.
Anakin.
I know I'm wrong, but I still sense him.
Padme explains to Ahsoka what she's feeling. And although she doesn't wield the Force, Ahsoka understands. But she hasn't felt this since Order 66. Back then, all the way across the galaxy she felt Anakin's fall. And since that day, she hasn't felt her master again. Another dead end for Padme, as the two Force users that would know Anakin the most cannot feel him. Doubt begins to cloud her mind. Maybe she was wrong. Maybe Anakin is still dead. From what Obi-Wan describes, it certainly doesn't sound like he could have survived that. And if Ahsoka doesn't sense him either? Before she leaves the planet, Padme tells Ahsoka to come with her. It's not safe for her here now. The Inquisitors will just come back. Ahsoka reluctantly agrees. She doesn't want to join this rebellion, but she will help as best as she can. As we cut to the Grand Inquisitor, who is now on the bridge of the Star Destroyer with Darth Vader, about to inform the Dark Lord of something that will shatter his entire life. We found something unexpected. A woman thought dead. An old senator from Naboo, Padme Amidala. Vader is stunned. Padme is alive? His feelings of conflict deepen, as his love for her begins to resurface, challenging the dark side inside of him. Could his master have lied to him this whole time? His rage inside grows. He begins to force choke the Grand Inquisitor in front of him. Master, he cries out, begging him to stop. Vader, not realizing what happened, stops. But before he turns on his master, who has given him everything, he must see for himself. He must find his wife.
Several months later.
While the rebellion continues to grow in the Outer Rim planets, Padme has just arrived on her home world of Naboo. However, knowing that she would eventually come back to her home, Vader has set a trap.
It's a trap!
Confronting this group of rebels as they land in the landing bay, Padme and Vader have never been closer. However, she is still in the ship, and Vader is not with the boarding party. As stormtroopers forcefully invade Padme's ship, they find her and report back to Lord Vader himself. As Padme is forcefully taken out of her ship, Vader arrives at the landing bay. The doors open just as they did for Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace. However, this time, little Annie is not sitting in the cockpit of an N-1 starfighter. This time, he's a broken man in a metal suit. Finally, the reunion of husband and wife, both believing the other to be dead for years. And now Vader, torn between the love that he still feels and the darkness that defines him. And Padme, still in love with the man under the suit, but can't believe what he has done over the last 4 years. The tension is palpable. Vader steps forward, his mask hiding his emotions, but his voice quivers.
Padme, how can this be?
Anakin, I know you're still in there. You can still come back.
Vader hesitates, igniting his lightsaber, but lowering it slightly. As he struggles with his emotions, the conflict within him rages, as Padme's words echo in his mind, forcing him to confront the man that he used to be. Padme reaches out to the Anakin she once knew, pleading with him to return to the light. But Vader, trapped in his own conflict, is not coming back to the light, believing that he is beyond redemption for all the horrible things he has done. As he walks closer, rebel ships arrive, and the two are separated by an explosion. As Padme and her rebel friends take out the stormtroopers, get back on their ship, and leave. Padme still believes that she can get through to him, but now is not the time. Back at the rebel base, Padme is shaken. She gathers all of her rebel leaders to share her encounter with Lord Vader. Although heartbroken, Padme is more sure than ever that Anakin is still in there somewhere.
We must continue our fight. If there's any chance of bringing Anakin back, I will take it. We cannot let the Empire win. If I can get him back, we can win this war.
The leaders around her agree, but Bail Organa has a scared look in his eye. Knowing what happened to Anakin the first time, he doesn't believe that he is still in there. As everybody else leaves the room, Bail stays. He's a monster, Padme. He can't be trusted, and you definitely can't get close to him. He'll kill you.
No, Bail, he won't. I know him.
You knew him. That is not Anakin under that mask. Bail tries to convince Padme otherwise, but she's not listening. He doesn't know what she felt. When she came face to face with Vader, she knew that Anakin was in there. She could feel it.
I'll get him back, Bail. I will. I just need help,
she says as she calls in a hologram from her good old friend Ahsoka Tano. Now Padme has the advantage. Knowing that Anakin is still deep down in Vader, she has to just find the Sith Lord. News of the Inquisitor and Vader's missions across the galaxy spread like wildfire through the rebellion. But this time, Padme has an idea. She's going to bring Vader to her. Driven by hope and the lingering connection that they still share, Padme believes with the help of a friend, they can bring Vader back. So Padme and Ahsoka Tano go to a remote planet where no other civilians will get hurt. And they sound the alarm. They tell the Inquisitors and Vader that Ahsoka Tano still lives and is on this planet, knowing that Vader is not going to send any Inquisitors after his former apprentice. He's going to go there himself. As Vader's ship arrives, Padme and Ahsoka wait on the ground below. As it lands and Vader comes out, Padme screams,
Anakin, please, remember who you are. You can still fight this.
Vader hesitates, memories flooding back to him of their love, all the time they spent together on Naboo. Their wedding. As Padme speaks, Vader is grappling with the darkness that threatens to consume him, battling his emotions, as he still loves Padme deep down.
Master? Is that you?
The last time this master and apprentice met was right before the Siege of Mandalore. A lot has happened since then, and Ahsoka has heard all the horror stories that Darth Vader has done throughout the galaxy.
Is that really you?
She says again.
Anakin's gone.
Vader screams as he ignites his lightsaber, and Ahsoka ignites hers. And the fight begins. Padme staying back, watching the fight as it goes down, screaming to Anakin to stop.
Anakin, you are stronger than you think. We can overcome this darkness together.
Vader, although he's battling Ahsoka in the physical world, has a way more difficult fight deep down. The fight between light and dark. His master, who has given him everything, has lied to him for all these years. His Padawan, who stands before him, embodying everything that the Jedi were, and how the Jedi deceived him. Filled with rage and anger, he force pushes Ahsoka away.
Anakin, our kids, they're alive.
Padme desperately screams out, and Vader falls to his knees. Knowing that she's getting through to him, Padme continues.
You've seen this rebellion. With you on our side, we can overthrow the Emperor.
And just as it seems Padme is getting through to him, another ship arrives. Who is this, Padme wonders, as an Imperial shuttle arrives on the planet. A faint laugh grows stronger, as the Emperor himself has arrived.
Lord Vader, you have done well.
Vader still on his knees. Ahsoka still recovering from that forced push.
You thought you could get to my apprentice? Your rebellion is weak. I'll get rid of it just as I do you.
As Ahsoka comes to Padme's side, Palpatine begins to laugh.
The Padawan.
He laughs again as he begins to use Force Lightning, Ahsoka igniting her lightsaber at the last second before it hits Padme, deflecting it back. But the Sith Lord that stands in front of her is too powerful.
You think you can stop me? Don't forget who gave me all this power, Senator Amidala.
Palpatine begins to use the Force Lightning again, so strong that it's pushing Ahsoka back. As she digs her feet in, Padme cries for help.
Anakin, I know you're in there. Anakin, please.
Vader rises to his feet. Palpatine's laugh now louder than anything else in the galaxy. As he reignites his crimson blade, he sends it through the chest of his master.
You will not control me any longer.
Vader says. They have won. Anakin has returned. And with the Emperor gone, the galaxy has been lifted of its evil. Vader's redemption on this day marks a turning point in the galaxy. With Palpatine gone, Padme, Anakin, Ahsoka, and the Rebellion are able to restore peace across the galaxy. In this timeline, Padme's survival changed everything. Through her unwavering belief in Anakin still being alive, she not only saves him from the darkness, but also plays a pivotal role in overthrowing the Emperor and the Empire itself, saving the galaxy and her husband. As we see a redeemed Anakin Skywalker with his wife and his 2 children watching the sunset on Tatooine.